Hello everyone, I'm Anthropomantic Fiend and I do horror-related things on the internet. Today I'm going to be doing just a room tour. I think it'll be quick, but I don't know. I like to talk, so we'll see. Some people have asked me about seeing my room or my collection, and I've been wanting to do this for a while anyway, so I don't really think I have anything else to say except I hope you enjoy, so here's my room. So this is the view of my room when you first enter it. I have a Rob Zombie poster and a Nightwish poster because I love both of those. And neither of them are really from an actual show I went to. This one I got at a convention that I went to, and this one is a gift from my uncle. I wish I had been able to see them with Annette and with Camelot supporting, but I'm still happy to have the poster. Down there is my CD collection. It's not particularly attractive, so I'm not gonna be especially looking too in depth with this, but that's just a quick view of that. Got a Nosferatu poster on the side of my dresser, because of course I do. There's my one of my giant Bela Lugosi posters, because, again, of course. And here's the top of my dresser with various things that I like. Lots of skulls. One of my few Funko Pops, that is Sarah from Labyrinth with the worm. There are all of my Universal Monsters figures arranged in chronological order, because again, of course, there's some sculpture up here that I've done, a bobblehead Jack Skellington, some assorted Halloween stuff. My hat rack, because I do in fact own more than one hat. One of my bookshelves with my second giant Bela Lugosi poster above it. And some other stuff, a lot of sort of mad scientist paraphernalia looking stuff here. This really cool skull that I was gifted. This Boris Karloff figure that I'm very happy to own. My other Funko Pop, which is Johnny Depp from Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, which is a movie that I actually really like, Fight Me. My other sort of Funko Pop-ish thing up here is this Jack Skellington Pez dispenser that I got as a gift on my birthday one year. And a couple of not great sculptures that I did, but I still like them. This one is basically the thing that I tried to do as my channel icon. That is my channel icon now. I've never really done a really effective drawing of the idea or sculpture, but again, they're kind of like my kids. I did create them, so they're here. Just for balance's sake, I've got a giant Boris Karloff poster. There's my record player with some stuff on top of it. The fan that you constantly hear in the background of all of my videos, because it's summer. I've got a weeping angel sitting above my bunk bed. Yes, I can in fact sleep. It has not killed me. Maybe the Dreamcatcher has something to do with that, I don't know. I really like these lights that I put up recently. I'll go over the stuff up there in a little bit. Let me turn on a light in there. So this is my bed. I kind of sleep here, I read here, I watch videos here, and I do in fact own stuffed animals because I am kind of a child, even though I am 18 years old. There's Jack Skellington, there's Mr. Knight, who I've owned since I was a baby. The Mad Hatter, because I'm a total Lewis Carroll nerd, and Pillowstein here, who I actually sewed myself when I was I don't know how many years old because I wanted to be a mad scientist, so I decided to create a monster. And he's been with me ever since, and he's very soft, so he stays in my bed. I'll go back to the other bookshelf, but first here's just a rundown of what's on this bookshelf. Lots of mythology, fairy tales, other random stuff, some Wizard of Oz stuff. There's some Edward Gorey over here, some history type stuff, some magic trick books, random novels, video game stuff, kids books. All of those ology books that I loved when I was younger down here. Some science stuff, other random crap that I really like. And here is the other wall from under my bunk bed. Just lots of posters, flyers, tickets from different things that I enjoyed, different events that I either went to or wanted to go to. Just little pieces of life. And on this side I forgot to show you the intro poster for the Classic Horror Film Club that I ran at my school. And the Jaws poster that we did. And some little stickers from some Nightwish albums. And some movie tickets from different things that I went to. This bookshelf is kind of my pride and joy. Most of my favorite stuff is on here. In here we've got my Dracula and vampire section. Except for the Anne Rice stuff, that's on another shelf. But I've gone through all this stuff in a video before. And then I've just got some other assorted horror classics in there. If you can see them, don't know if you can, but I've got Jekyll and Hyde, Phantom of the Opera, lots of stuff. A monster sculpture that I did in school. A giant thing of Lovecraft, who is a terrible human being, but I love his writing. Two basically identical Poe books, another smaller Poe book. My little Alice in Wonderland section is in here. I need better lighting. Just know that my Alice in Wonderland stuff is in here. I've got this giant Alice in Wonderland book that you can kind of see. Untamed, which is another thing, and my tiny little H.G. Wells section with 2 copies of The Time Machine and The Invisible Man. And down here we've got my Tim Burton books, The Art of Tim Burton, some Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. I've gone over all of that in the video as well. This big M that is done very, very well and craftily as a sort of stripy Beetlejuice thing. Some of my music-related books, some stuff on punk and rock t-shirts, a giant book on Nightwish. Actually, a couple giant books on Nightwish, you just can't tell with this one because it's spiral bound. There's a big encyclopedia of metal that's too shadowed to see. Boring Girls, which I've gone over in a video. I love that book. And some assorted horror stuff over here. After that over here, it's behind this little cardboard Grim Reaper that I made in a copy of American Gods, but in there is my little shrine to Neil Gaiman, so to speak. I've got a lot of his stuff in there because he's my favorite author. And over here is kind of where the magic happens, so to speak. Up here I've got a lot of little stickers and things from albums, advertisements, business cards, all kinds of stuff, because I like to keep all of that. My beautiful mess of a bulletin board with all kinds of posters for a couple conventions that I have gone to and way more that I have not. A bunch of assorted stuff that I have no time to go over all of it. Big poster for Troll 2 that I made for my Classic Horror Film Club, a movie about goblins. You can see Mark of Horror's greeting cards back there. A note that Ben from Cadaver Club sent me. I swear I do not drink. This is just here because my dad gave it to me because Nosferatu is on it. That is literally the only reason it's there. More movie tickets. More stuff on this side as well. Art supplies, that's Excalibur there, he's a letter opener. That's the stand that I put my phone on when I film stuff. And I'm working on some art based on Deep Red right now because Hob sent me a copy of that movie without its own case, so I'm going to do my own art for it and put that on a case, and I'm going to try to do that for the other movies he sent me as well. And here we've got my third bookshelf. There's my guitar, that's where that lives. And some assorted bags over here, all Nightmare Before Christmas themes. Up top here we've got Sally and Jack from The Nightmare Before Christmas, a gargoyle that I actually did get in Paris, some other stuff from albums that I got, a Cradle of Filth thing, a September Morning thing, my bangs, Tim Burton playing cards, just other stuff that I thought was nice to display, candle, there's another candle down here, some other stuff, a model of the Ancient Book of Wisdom from Magic Quest, I don't even know. These are my, some of my horror magazines. I think that's Freaky Monsters, Cult Classic Horror, something like that. I've gone over all of these in a video too. My Hammer Horror magazines are all here. More fairy tale fantasy type stuff. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which I need to get more volumes of, some ghost stuff, more fairy tale stuff, some history type stuff, some magic books, a lot of school books living up here that were very good, but I'm not sure if I'll ever read them again. Similar stuff down here, some newspapers, lots of books in here, A Devil Mask, Patrick Rothfuss, his King Killer Chronicle is in here because that's an amazing series and more people need to read it. I'll just take down The Devil Mask so you can see that stuff better. Also got some kids' ghost books, Book on Mummies, Aesop's Fables, and a bunch of Anne Rice stuff over here, enough that it does not fit on a shelf. And the Rogues Anthology, which is really good. I'll just take that down so you can see the rest of the Anne Rice stuff real quick. So yeah, lots of Anne Rice. I have not read all of them. I've read all of the Mayfair Witches books, and I've read Interview with the Vampire, Servant of the Bones, and Victoria the Vampire, but I need to go through and read all the Vampire Chronicles. It's just not all that easy, and I still don't have the Vampire Lestat, which needs to live right there, but I will get that eventually and just read all the Vampire Chronicles. But my high school librarian was kind enough to give me basically her whole Anne Rice collection, so that's what all this is. And then down here is the Count Chocula box that Hobbs gave me. I've converted it, as I said, into a holder for not my horror magazines, but my comic books. I've got some Batman, some different horror comics, some old Casper the Friendly Ghost comics, because why not? So this is Anthro from the future. I kind of forgot to show you all the stuff up there, so I'll just edit it in to an earlier part of the video. Again, here's my wonderful, terrifying Weeping Angel painting. This is actually from a local street artist. It's really awesome, and it sits above my bed every night. This is my sort of bunk bed. I don't really sleep up here, but I'm glad it's up here because if we do have guests over, which is not happening right now, but if that ever happens, they can sleep up here. And with all of my nightmare stuff. More stuffed animals, because I am a child. Some guitar and amp pillows, and these posters that I'm really, really happy to own. I've got this Mars Attacks poster, this beautiful Nosferatu poster, and one of my prides and joys is this Necronomicon page. It's the proportions of the demon figure, and it's sort of a parody of the Vitruvian Man by Leonardo da Vinci. I met Tom Sullivan, who did the special effects on Evil Dead and Army of Darkness at the convention, and he was super nice, very passionate about stop motion animation and effects, and he signed this for me, and it says, "Martin, lick the blood off my shovel, you are beast fiend, Tom Sullivan." And he drew a little skull, and I think that is absolutely adorable. So this was probably one of my sort of high points in meeting somebody I really admire, so that is proudly displayed on my wall right there. There's also a really big Metropolis poster up here. I think I forgot to mention that, but I absolutely love that movie. And then over here, this is probably the least interesting part of the whole tour, because you see this in every video I do. This is just the door to my closet. You do not need to see inside my closet. It's just a bunch of black t-shirts and a mess. But I've got a House on Haunted Hill poster that I made for Classic Horror Film Club. My little bat friend here, a trick or treat sign, and a Sixth Sense poster that I made for Classic Horror Film Club. That is some very adorable art that my sister made me for Christmas one year. And I have a Danger 600 volt sign above my light switch, so I'm just gonna turn that out really quick and see if the camera captures what my room looks like with the lights out with my purple lights going. But other than that, that's pretty much been the room tour, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I will see you in another one. Bye! Yeah, no, it's too dark.